Ants. The men looked like an army of ants crawling around in the valley below. Juniper Collins studied the chaotic sight from atop her horse, far above on the mountain pass. Her mount shifted beneath her, the mare's movement uneasy. The action seemed to set off the same agitation in her sister's horses on either side of her. The four of them had come hundreds of miles and traveled nearly 2 months on this mission, but they hadn't expected the trapper rendezvous to look like this. Mayhap horde would be the better word for the mass spreading before her. A horde of men and horses and lodges and air congealed in her lungs. How would they ever find someone in this madness who knew the Piegan Blackfoot woman named Steps Right? Oh my. Rosemary, the oldest of the four sisters, spoke just as the first shouts echoed across the open land.
"Wagon ho!"
A man's gruff voice yelled. "It's here." The fellows nearest them waved hats.
"Let's go, boys."
And just like that, the horde stampeded up the slope toward them. The whoops and yells charged ahead of the men, all racing toward the wagons right beside Juniper and her sisters. "Run!" As usual, Rosemary took charge. She spun her horse away from the wagons, right into the flank of Juniper's mare. Rosemary waved her hand to shoo them all ahead of her. "Quick, behind those rocks." The horses scrambled to obey as all four of them aimed toward a cluster of boulders that would be large enough to hide them. Juniper reined in behind her sisters to make sure no one dropped back, and the first men reached the wagons just as she tucked her mare behind the rocks. Some of these swarming trappers must have seen them dodge this direction, but the wagons looked to be the biggest draw. The crazed men probably hadn't even realized women had arrived with the supplies they'd been waiting all year to trade for. "Ho up! Ho there, I say!" Mr. Provost waved his hat and spun his horse, his shout barely rising above the clamor. A gunshot ripped through the air, its boom finally lowering the volume of the trappers a small bit.
"Quiet!"